One of the things that some people enjoy diving on are wrecks, and we do have a couple of wrecks both within the dive park and along our coast. Probably one of the more popular wrecks in the dive park is the Sioux Jack. I wasn't here when it went down in 1980. I was in Chicago at the time, so I don't know the exact particulars about how it sank. But the Sioux Jack rests between 60 and about 90 feet and is really nothing more than a ferrocement hull right now with a couple holes in it. It's pretty well deteriorated over the years, but one of my favorite wrecks in the dive park is what they call the glass bottom boat. The glass bottom boat is a naval vessel that was a glass bottom boat when in Navy service. It was purchased by a friend of mine, Lynn Stokes, back in the late 60s, I believe. And the wreck went down in, oh boy, late 70s if I remember right. I actually was here at the dive park when it went down. And the funny story about that is I used to party on the boat with Lynn, and Lynn was after the same girl I was. And Lynn won the girl, but he lost his vessel. I had nothing to do with it, I promise. But what happened was it broke loose from an anchor off the Casino Point Dive Park and hit the rocks down along the breakwater near the harbor mouth, and was then towed out to about 70-foot depth where it rests today. And Pisces was a great, fun boat to be on, but it's also fun to go down and see it as a wreck. There are two other boats nearby, two sailboats that also went down, and I don't remember the circumstances that those sank. But probably the most attractive wreck in the vicinity of our dive park is the wreck of the Valiant. The Valiant went down in December of 1930 when one of the crew members forgot to turn off the kerosene spigot, and the boat caught fire. It burned for, I think it was 3 days before it finally went down over in nearby Descanso. It's a wreck that you can dive from the park as long as you have a permit from the harbor master, and those permits are free. It rests between about 60 and 95 feet, and right now it's in pretty sad shape because it's been down there quite a long time. There have been anchors dragged across its midsection, but you can still see the stern, and you can see the wheelhouse as well near the bow. Because it's been down there so long, there's a lot of marine life on it, and that makes it even more interesting to me.